Welcome coders. Now today we are going to solve the challenge number 2. So let's try to see what's that challenge. So the challenge is called hashes to the front. Now let's read it. Given a string containing the hashes, that is the hash symbol, and the alphabets. Now alphabets can be small a to z, or it can contain the capital letter also. We have to write a program to bring all the hashes to the front of the string, followed by all the alphabets in a given string. Now for that we have to write a specific function, and they have put a restriction that the function should be written in such a way. So the function must return the char star, so that's the function must return a string. The function name should be get modified string, and function takes only one parameter, which is again the character array, or we can call it as the original string. So this is how we should write a function. Now the function will return a string with the hashes in the front that they want. Now in order to understand the given problem statement, let's look at the test cases. So here we have test case 1. Now here we have the input as hello hash world hash code hash r. Now as we can see in the output, we have 3 hashes. Now why 3 hashes? Because in input there are total 3 hashes. So we have 3 hashes in the output, and whatever the alphabets are there, these alphabets are continuous and appearing after all the hashes. Now let's understand this test case 2. Now as you can see the input, can you solve? Then the input is ca hash n hash yo hash u sol hash ve. Okay, now as you can see there are 1 2 3 4 hashes. My string will start with the 4 hashes, and all the alphabets will come after the hashes. So what we have to do here is we have to keep all the alphabets as it is, but they should occur after the hashes. So whatever the number of hashes that are present in our string, that should occur in front of the string, and afterwards what we should get is the all the alphabets in our string. Now if you think you can solve this particular challenge, or you can solve it in an efficient way, you can pause this video and then you can solve it, and once you solve it, you can compare your solution with the solution I have given. So now you can pause the video and try your solution. Now let's see the explanation of this. Now here we have one string. As you can see, the string basically consists of the alphabets, and it also consists of the hashes. Now this particular string is basically nothing but the character array, so we have given it a name str. Now in order to convert a new string, or in order to get a new string which is starting with the hashes and containing all the character afterwards, we need to have one more character array, that's we are calling it as a new str. Okay, now the string length of the new str should be equal to the str, because we are not either removing any character or we are not adding any character, we are just changing the places of the characters. Now how to solve this? Now in order to solve this, I'll be making use of the 3 variables. So let's say the variable I will track every character, in the array str. Then there will be the variable j which will track the hashes. So I can say j will track the hashes, and a variable k will track the alphabets. So I'll simply write here it as alpha. Okay, now how to do that? We have to scan every character from the str. So we have to scan every character from the str from the end. Okay, so if I have a string of n length, So if I have a string of length n, then I can say the first index of the character will be the index 0 and the last index will be the n minus 1 if I have the string of length n here. So I have to scan every character inside a string str or inside the array str from the last index, that is from n minus 1. Then we have to observe whether this particular character is hash or an alphabet. So what we have to do, if the corresponding character, so if I can say str of I, it is hash, it's basically hash, then what we have to do, we have to copy it at the index j. Now j will be starting from 0 while k will be starting from again n minus 1. Now remember, I is the index of every character for the array str, while j and k are the indexes for the new str array. While j is actually storing or used to store the hashes and k is used to store the alphabets. Now what we'll do, if the character at any position in the str array is hash, if it is hash, then we'll copy it inside our new str array, and at which index we'll be copying it at the index j. So I can say we'll be copying hash at the index j. Now since we have copied the first j here, we can increment the j. So new j will become this. So new j will become 1. Now if the next character that we have scanned, that is alphabet, then we have to copy it at the index k and we have to move the k in the backward direction. So we have to decrement the k. So we can say else inside new str at index k, we have to copy the corresponding alphabet. At index I. Now after the copying, we have to decrement the k, so k should be moved backwards, so I can say k minus minus. So the solution is very simple. If you get the hash, you can copy the hash at the j and you can go on incrementing the j, that is j should be moved in the forward direction. If we observe any character present at the str is the normal character, that is it's a normal alphabet, then you have to simply copy it at the kth index and k should be moved in the reverse direction, that is in the backward. Okay. Now just remember, while scanning the string, we are scanning the string from the n minus 1th index toward the 0 index. Now let's try to see how it will actually work in this case. So let me clear it. So let me clear all the things and see how we can solve it. Okay, so as you can see, I have cleared all the things. Now let's say we have this particular array. Now this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. So we'll say our I will begin at the 14. So this will be our I. Now the j will begin at 0, okay, and k will again begin at the 14 because k is n minus 1, I is also n minus 1, but j will begin at the 0. Now scan the character at the index I. So the character at index I is the alphabet, so simply copy it in this particular position. So I can simply copy E here. Okay, so let me change the ink color so that you can see it. So here you can see I'll be copying E here. Okay, now since I have copied the E, the new k will become 13. So new k will become 13, and again since I have copied the character, the new value of I is nothing but the V. So I'll scan the V. Now V is again normal alphabet, so I'll copy it at the index k. So this will be the V, and once we copied that, our new k will become 12. So this will be our k. Now scan the next character from the str. Now since it's a hash, we have to copy the hash at the index j. So we'll copy the hash here. Now since we have done the copy of hash, we'll move forward our j. So this will be our j. Now scan the next character. Now since it's a normal alphabet, just copy it at the index k. Now k is pointing to 12. So I'll copy this L here. Then take the next character O. So we have to decrement k before that. So k will become 11 after copying of L. Then O is a normal alphabet. So I'll copy the O at the new position of k. So that is nothing but O. And we have to decrement the k. So k will become 10. Now S is again a normal alphabet. So we have to copy the S at the index k. So S will be copied here and k will be decremented by 1. So k will become 9 now. Now U is also a normal alphabet. So we can copy the U at the kth index. So we'll copy the U here and k will be decremented by 1. So k will become 8. Now we have the next character, that is nothing but the hash, which has to be copied at the index of j. Now the index of j is nothing but 1. So we'll be copying hash here. We'll be copying hash here and we'll be incrementing a j. So new j will become 2 now. Now again take this particular O. Now since it's a normal character, copy at the index k. Okay. So we can say O will be copied here and k will be decremented and it will become 7. Again same thing for y. Y will be copied at the kth position. So this will be the y and k will decrement again and k will become 6. Now it's a hash, so we have to copy it at the index j. Now j has become 2, so it will copy it here. So this will be the hash. Now same thing occur for n. Since n is alphabet, it will be copied at kth index and k will be decremented by 1. So k will become 5. Then one more hash is there. So our j has already became 3. So hash will be copying here. So this will be our hash. Okay, and we have two characters now. So A will be copied at the kth index and C will be copied when k will become 4. Okay, now here you can see we have got the final array which consists of the 4 hashes at the beginning and afterwards it consists all the characters. Now remember the one thing, if hash is there, you have to put at j index, you have to put it at j index in new str and after that increment the j. Okay, otherwise we can say there is a normal character, then you can put it at k index in new str and decrement the k. That is the logic. Now let's try to solve this particular code. Okay, so we'll move to our favorite IDE, that's Dev C++. So I'll open the Dev C++ IDE now. Now as you can see, the Dev C++ is open and we'll try to write the code. So we'll write a code by including the standard input output library and we'll try to save it. Now since it's a challenge number 2, I'll save it with the 2.c. Now just have a look at what are the constraints that they have given. Okay, now these are the constraints that they have given. So let me clear all these things. Okay, so first thing I have to write a function get modified string char star which takes the original string. So let me write here. So char star get modified string and it takes a basically character array which is nothing but our original string. Okay, and we have to write a main function in which we are actually taking the input. So let's create a char str. Now here we'll make one assumption that whatever string entered by the user will have at max 50 characters. So we'll take the character array of 50 size. Then we'll initialize all the variables to 0 all the elements to 0 in order to avoid the garbage. Now we'll just scan that particular string. So I can say scanf %s in order to scan the string, and I can say str. And once this is done, I can pass this particular string to the function getModifiedString. That's the str. Now here we can print the string just to check whether our function is working correctly or not. So printf %s str. So just compile it. And run it, and we will write this particular code, can you solve. Okay, so it is basically taking the string as it is. Still we haven't written our logic, so I can say my function is get called successfully. Okay, now in order to create a new string, I have to get the length of the array or length of the current string. So I can say int n is nothing but the length of the current string. Okay, so I can say strlen of str. Now since we are using strlen function, we need to include the string library. So we'll include string.h, and the new string that we want to return the address of, we have to create it on the heap. So we have to use the dynamic memory allocation. So how we can write that? So I can say char star new str is equal to malloc size of our str. Now the malloc requires inclusion of standard library that is called as stdlib. So I'll include that particular library stdlib.h, and since malloc returns the void star, I need to typecast it to the char star. Now I can write the code. Now as we said, we have to take 3 indexes. One is I, another is j, and another is k. While j is used for the hashes, k is used for the characters for the new str, and I is used for the original alphabets inside the original str. So we'll write a for loop. So I can say for I is equal to n minus 1. So that's what we said. If the size of the array is n, then the index of last character will be n minus 1. So I is nothing but the original string index, which is starting from the last element. Then j is again equal to n minus 1, which is again the index from the new str, that's a new string which is starting from the last element, and k will start from the 0. Okay, or what I said is j should start from 0 and k will be start from n minus 1, because k is, let me check it here once again. I think I have cleared it. Okay, let's write it in this way only. Okay, so k is equal to n minus 1, and let's say while I is less than n, or while I is greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus, because I am going from the last element towards the first element, I can say I is greater than or equal to 0. Now what I have to do is, if I can say from the original str, ith index element, from the original element str, ith index element is equal to hash. If it is equal to hash, now since it's a character, we have to take it inside a single quote. If it is equal to hash, we have to copy it at the index j. So I can say new str of j equal to the hash. Okay, now after that we have to increment the j. So I can say j plus plus. Else I can say we have to copy the corresponding element from the str inside the kth index, and we have to decrement the kth index. So I can say else new str of k is equal to str of I, that is the copy the element at index I from str to the index k inside a new str, and after that we have to decrement the k. And once we do that, we have to just check it by printing it. So I can say printf %s new str. We'll just try to print it just to check whether it shows the correct output or not, and we'll simply copy our string. So we'll simply copy it here and we'll try to run our code. So as you can see, we have copied it and we have to print a new str. Yeah, so I saved it. So j is starting from 0. Yeah, so let's try to print it again. What happens? Yeah, so I need to write a comma here. So just compile it and now run it, and this time we'll copy the string, and as you can see, it is taking all the hashes in the front and it is taking all the characters afterward. Now the thing is, we don't have to use the printf statement, but we have to return the new str. So I can say return new str here, and then we have to print whatever the return string by using the get modified string. So I can say printf, since it is returning char star, we can use %s here, and then we can write our function call here. So let's try to compile it and let's try to run it and paste our input. So let me write it here, or we can copy the input from here. So we'll copy this input. So we'll just copy it and we'll try to paste it, and once you can see, once I paste it, you can get the output here. Okay, let's try to solve it with the other input. Okay, so let me run it again, and this time I'll write my name AJA hash Y KA hash PA hash SE. Now as you can see, there are total 4 hashes inside my original string. You can see my new string is starting from 4 hashes and all the characters are now printed afterwards. Okay, now you can reduce this particular code just by doing this, so no need to write this line also. So I am now showing how to reduce your code. Okay, now since you have the post increment operator, you can take advantage of that. So I can write j++ in this way, and I can write the k++ in this, k minus in this way. Okay, so this is how we can write the code, and let's check it once again by copying it. So can you hash sol hash ve, and as you can see 3 hashes and it says can you solve. So this is the exact code that I have given the solution. Okay, now as you can see, or as you can observe, this particular solution, it contains only a single for loop. So I can say this is a solution which uses the complexity of big O of n. It uses the complexity of big O of n. So if you have solved this particular code, you can put your solution inside the comments. Okay, I'll be really happy if you put your solution inside the comment. And thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe for more updates and more such challenges.